right, I'm here with Chuba Hubbard, Sherwood Park's finest, legend of, we got to talk about whether you claim Edmonton or Sherwood Park or if they're one the same, but we'll get into that. I mean, I guess we start right there. When you say where you're from, is it Edmonton or Sherwood Park?
I say born and raised in Edmonton.
Okay.
Because that's where I was born and raised, but then I'll say 50-50 because it's hard.
I'm with you on that.
I went to school in Sherwood Park, like that's where I started football and stuff.
Yes.
So yeah, I'll give it 50-50.
Okay, so it's funny because I think for a lot of people who are going to watch this, you said you started football in Sherwood Park. So talk to me a little bit about, was there a coach, a person, family member that was like, hey, you should go play ball?
It's kind of a funny story. My grandpa moved to Sherwood Park, so that's how the whole Sherwood Park thing started. And I had a friend that like lived down the street and always came over and was like, yo, come play football with us, yada yada.
How old are you at this point?
I'm probably like 8,
okay.
8, 9,
okay.
So I'm pretty young, maybe even a little younger. And my mom wasn't having it. My mom would be like, nah, just blow it off. She's like, you do track. Like, I play basketball too, so she was like, you can just do that. And then like, I don't know, for like the 100th time, she said yes. I don't know what reason or what deciding factor made her do that, but she said yes the one time, and next week I was in pads.
15 years later, you're the man.
Yeah, I'm blessed.
So now, let's go into high school. You're going into high school, it's getting a little more competitive, etc. First off, your high school stats are ridiculous. They're some of the most absurd things I've ever seen. Are you just out in Sherwood Park, like, hand the ball off, taking everything to the crib?
Yeah,
Is that how it is?
I was just fortunate to be on a really good team.
Okay.
So it wasn't just me, like we had a bunch of talented guys on the team, so we were just kind of walking all over everybody. So I didn't really get like a taste to lose until college.
College.
So, yeah.
Okay, so that's kind of one thing I think all Canadians, whether you're washed up like myself or the man like you.
Not washed up, never that.
We all kind of have like a different story of coming out of Canada and getting recruited. You know, because it's not easy to get seen up there. So for you, going to Oklahoma State, how did that all transpire? Because for those of you watching that don't know, you don't just get Oklahoma State offers. If you're going to Oklahoma State, you generally get a lot more than just Oak State.
Yeah.
So like, was there a first school? How did you get connected with Oklahoma State? And how did you know that's where you wanted to go?
Grade 11, and I got a call from Colorado. I was like, who's calling me from Colorado?
Yeah.
So I was like, let me take this. So I told my teacher, I was like, can I use the bathroom real quick? Like, I'll be back in like 5 minutes. And I answered the call. It was Mike Bobo from Colorado. And he was like, yeah, we want to give you a full ride offer. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. Fast forward to like 2 weeks later, end up getting Oklahoma State. And shout out to Alex and Amen Agbangwamiga, both my guys. Smart Performance too in Calgary. But they actually helped me get my Oklahoma State offer because he played at Notre Dame in Calgary.
Okay.
And then we played in high school and ended up kind of getting connected through there. And yeah, got my Oklahoma State offer.
Were you of the era where it was huddle or online film, or were you cutting DVDs?
No, we was huddle.
Okay.
I'm a huddle.
I'm a little older than you. I'm sending out DVDs out here.
We was YouTube though. Yeah, we didn't do no DVDs. We was YouTube mixtapes and then huddle. Yeah, DVD, VHS.
Sometimes I find we all get to enjoy you on a Sunday. When there's a lot of stuff that went on between Sherwood Park and you balling out for Carolina before that happened, and I think that's important for the youngsters back home to see, is like, you hear you say, strength coaches in the U.S. are a different breed.
Nah, it's just like, I think everybody back home wants to say like, I want to go D1, I want to go to the NFL, all these different things, and like, that's great. I think everybody would agree that'd be great, but it takes a lot of work and it's not easy. So it's like you gotta have a different mindset and just a different work ethic. Because I'll be honest, if I didn't have that, I wouldn't have made it.
Yeah,
like, it's hard. It's just straight dogs. Everybody wants to be great. Everybody's trying to make it. Everybody's good.
Yeah,
like much better than the people that you were playing with in your hometown. So yeah, it's definitely a blessing to be here.
Okay, so now you're at Oklahoma State, things are going well. What was there one moment where you're like, hey, I can take this to the next level, like I'm gonna go play in the NFL?
Yeah, I mean, I think once I kind of started, I think my redshirt freshman year, like kind of get my feet wet, making plays, scoring touchdowns and stuff like that, I was like, all right, like it's time. Like, we're gonna keep doing this. What we're doing in Canada is gonna happen again. So, yeah, just kept working.
Okay, so let's go into that draft if you don't mind. If you can kind of walk me through the emotions of you on draft day.
Yeah, I mean, I think just from the previous year being like told you're gonna go day 2 type thing, you get told all these different things, stay back an extra year, kind of get pushed back a little bit, and then you're like, yeah, okay, things could be up in the air. You're not really quite sure how it's gonna play out. And like I said, I'm in my agent spot. It's just me, my agent, you know, his kids, and we got like cameras and stuff around, and I felt like it was like 3 months later. Like,
Dude,
I'm like,
it's the worst, ain't it? You're like,
I'm like on my phone texting, I'm looking at tweets, I'm like waiting,
death gripping it.
making sure no one's like, I'm like, look, no one call me, text me right now, like just let me just be in the zone. And honestly, I was a little bitter. Like, it was bittersweet for me.
Yeah.
It was bittersweet because obviously you have high expectations for yourself. You want to see yourself, you know, get drafted high, all these great things, and I'm still blessed and fortunate to, you know, be where I'm at. But yeah, I definitely had a chip on my shoulder because I wanted to go a little different, but I'm glad it turned out the way it did.
So then you get the call. How soon did you go from LA, you get the call to rookie minicamp?
I think it happens within like 2-3 days, I think.
Again, and I'm glad you said that. I kind of wanted people to hear that, where it's like, I remember sitting there and you're celebrating, and then all of a sudden the football ops guy gets on the horn and is like, yo, we're booking you a flight, and you're moving
your iPad.
You're moving in 6 days, by the way.
You beter be ready. And I was thinking like I was gonna have some time, maybe like go vacation with my family, like enjoy the moment per se. Nah, it was like, nah, it's time to work now.
Yes.
Just sign the contract.
Enjoy the night.
Yeah.
They'll see you in a couple days.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so now we'll kind of wrap this up, bring it to modern day. Obviously, Carolina had some coaching changes. What has that been like, you know, being there, becoming the main guy, and then having a guy like, by the way, don't say nothing to me, Dave Canales is my guy, man.
That's my guy.
Okay, he's your guy too, then we're good. Was it like a breath of fresh air? Were you kind of feeling each other out? Like, at what point, how was that transition, I should say?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just be open and honest. Like, obviously having my like 4th, 5th head coach in the last how many years.
Sucks.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of ups and downs, but you know, having Dave and his staff come in, it was just different. Like, the energy was different, their approach at it was different, and just what we were building is different. You can feel it and you can see it. So, you know, Coach Dave's great. He's honestly, like, I don't really know how to say it, because like I've been around a lot of great head coaches, but like he's just really genuine. You know what I mean? Like, he really cares about his players. He'll sit down and talk with you just how we're talking, like for hours, and he cares about football a lot and winning. So everything aligns with me, and so yeah, I love him. He's a great guy.
As you know, I'm up there in Canada right now, TSN. I'm watching the last half of the season. I said Carolina might be the most underrated team around.
Facts.
Like, y'all finished the year very, very strong. I felt like the media didn't cover it. How are you feeling about going into next season? Yeah,
I mean, I don't want to talk too much about it, but like I said, I feel like we're building something special. Obviously, like you said, I feel like you know, the latter half of the season, like we were really getting the ball rolling, and I was kind of saying it early on, like when you have a whole new coaching staff and like players, like it's not just gonna happen overnight. It takes a long time to build a culture, and the process is gonna, you know, continue into this season. But we're gonna do great things. So I'm looking forward to it.
I am too. I think most of Canada is too. Again, the way you've been playing on Sunday, obviously you're in Carolina, but I'm not bullshitting you. The whole country loves the dude. You're incredible representation of everything we're trying to do up there football-wise, so it's exciting. If we could close this out, one thing, again, if you're talking to kids in high school playing ball in Canada, what would be your one message of the kind of the journey you've had to this moment?
Just to keep the dream alive. You know, I'm one example of, you know, a Canadian making it to the NFL, but there's so many more after me, and I'm looking forward to it. Whether you're from Edmonton, whether you're from Nova Scotia, Ontario, wherever, just keep the dream alive, keep working, and you know, I hope to be playing with you or against you soon. You know, I love Canada, I love y'all's support, and I appreciate y'all.